The old man sat quietly on a worn wooden bench, right outside the busiest coffee shop in town. People passed him every day, hundreds of them, yet not a single one stopped. Some glanced at him with curiosity, others with discomfort, but most didn't even notice him at all. His clothes were simple, slightly faded. His hands trembled as he held a small paper cup, not asking for money, just holding it. What no one knew, what no one even cared to ask, was that this man carried a secret so powerful, it would change everything they thought they knew about kindness. Before we begin, take a moment to support stories like this. Subscribe to Kindness Story Hub, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps spread more stories that remind us what truly matters. It was a cold morning in early November in a small American town called Willow Creek. The streets were alive with the rush of everyday life. People hurried into offices, students rushed to class, and parents juggled coffee cups and car keys while managing their busy schedules. And there he was. Every morning, at exactly 8 a.m., the old man would sit on that same bench. He didn't speak much. He didn't call out to people or ask for help. He simply observed the world passing him by. At first, people assumed he was homeless. Some felt a flicker of sympathy but quickly brushed it aside. Others avoided eye contact completely, as if looking at him might somehow pull them into discomfort. "Probably just another guy looking for handouts," one man muttered as he walked past. A young woman named Emily noticed him every day on her way to work. She worked as a marketing assistant at a nearby office and prided herself on being efficient and focused. To her, the old man was just part of the background, like a streetlight or a mailbox. But something about him felt different. He never looked desperate. He didn't chase after anyone or try to get attention. Instead, his eyes carried a quiet calmness, almost like he was waiting, not for money, but for something else. One morning, Emily saw a little boy approach the old man. "Hi," the boy said shyly. The old man smiled warmly. "Hello there." The boy dug into his pocket and pulled out a crumpled dollar bill. "My mom says we should help people." The old man looked at the dollar but didn't take it immediately. Instead, he asked, "Why do you want to give this to me?" The boy shrugged. "Because it feels right." The old man finally accepted the dollar, but instead of putting it in his pocket, he said, "Thank you. But remember, kindness isn't about money. It's about seeing people." Emily slowed down as she watched the interaction. Something about those words stayed with her. That same day, inside the coffee shop, Emily overheard a conversation. "Have you seen that old guy outside?" one customer said. "He's been there for weeks." "Yeah," another replied. "Honestly, I think it's just a setup. People like that usually have some kind of trick." Emily frowned. Why did people always assume the worst? Days passed, and the old man remained. Rain or shine, cold or wind, he showed up. And still, most people ignored him. One afternoon, something unusual happened. A man in a business suit rushed out of the coffee shop, clearly upset. He was on the phone, speaking loudly. "I told you, the deal is off. I don't care what it costs." As he stormed past, he accidentally dropped his wallet. It landed right near the old man's feet. The old man picked it up slowly. He looked inside. There was a large amount of cash, credit cards, and an ID. Without hesitation, he stood up and called out, "Sir, you dropped your wallet." but the men didn't hear him. The old man didn't chase him. Instead, he walked calmly into the coffee shop and handed the wallet to the barista. "Please make sure this gets back to its owner," he said. The barista looked surprised. "You could have kept this." The old man simply smiled. "That wouldn't be right." The next day, something changed. The man in the suit returned. This time, he walked straight to the old man. "Was it you?" he asked. The old man nodded. The man looked stunned. "There was thousands of dollars in there. You didn't take anything." "No," the old man said gently. "It wasn't mine." The man hesitated, then pulled out some cash. "Please, take this. It's the least I can do." But the old man shook his head. "I don't need it." Now a small crowd had started to gather. People were curious. "Then why are you out here every day?" someone asked. The old man paused. For the first time, he looked around at the people, really looked at them. "I'm here," he said, "because I'm searching for something." "What?" Emily asked, stepping closer. "A reminder," he replied softly. "That kindness still exists." There was a silence. People exchanged confused glances. "What do you mean?" someone asked. The old man took a deep breath. "Years ago, I lost everything. My home, my family, my purpose. I became invisible to the world. People stopped seeing me, and eventually, I stopped seeing myself." His voice trembled slightly, but he continued. "One day, a stranger sat beside me. She didn't give me money. She didn't try to fix my life. She simply talked to me. She listened. And for the first time in years, I felt human again." Emily felt a lump in her throat. "That moment changed everything," the old man said. "It reminded me that kindness isn't about grand gestures. It's about presence. It's about choosing to care." He looked at the crowd again. "So I made a decision. I would come here every day, not to ask for help, but to see who would stop. Who would notice? Who would choose kindness?" The crowd grew quiet. "And did anyone?" Emily asked. The old man smiled faintly. "A few. A child. A passerby who said hello. And now, all of you." There was a shift in the air. People who had walked past him for weeks now felt something they couldn't ignore: guilt, yes, but also something deeper. Understanding. The man in the suit lowered his gaze. "I didn't even see you before." "That's okay," the old man said. "You see me now." Emily stepped forward. "What's your name?" "Thomas," he replied. "Thomas," she said, "would you like to come inside for a coffee?" He smiled. "I'd like that very much." That simple invitation sparked something unexpected. Others began to speak up. "I'll get the next one," someone said. "And I'll join you," another added. For the first time, Thomas wasn't sitting alone. Days turned into weeks, and something incredible began to happen. The bench that once symbolized loneliness became a place of connection. People started stopping, not out of obligation, but because they wanted to. They talked. They listened. They shared stories. And Thomas? He kept his promise. He continued showing up, reminding people, quietly, gently, that kindness doesn't require wealth, status, or perfection. It only requires a choice. One evening, as the sun set over Willow Creek, Emily sat beside Thomas. "You changed this town," she said. Thomas shook his head. "No. I just reminded it of what it already had." Emily smiled. "I used to walk past you," she admitted. "I didn't think twice." "And now?" Thomas asked. "Now I see people," she said. "Really see them." Thomas nodded. "That's all it takes." As the story spread, more people came, not to see a mysterious old man, but to be part of something real. Something human. Something kind. And maybe that was Thomas's secret all along. Not who he was, but what he helped others become. So the next time you pass someone sitting quietly, someone who seems invisible to the world, remember this story. Kindness isn't loud. It doesn't demand attention. It starts with something small, a smile, a hello, a moment of your time. Because you never know. The person you ignore today might be the one who reminds you what it truly means to be human. And sometimes, all it takes is one simple act of kindness to change everything.